Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the site, and happy vote day. Go out there and vote, because every vote counts. So, I'm here to do my review of the first episode of Season 2, Mandalorian. Now, I've done these before in the first season, and I really enjoyed doing them, though they were a bit long. So this time around, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten up the episode. I'm going to do a quick recap, or try to do a quick recap. I know how that goes. And after I do my recap, I'm going to tell you how I felt about the episode, my likes, my dislikes, and what I've heard some people say about it. So, without further ado, let's get into this first episode called The Marshal. So we start off with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda just strolling down a dark and dimly lit street. And shadows are everywhere, and there's these like red eyes staring at him. And it's like really neat looking. I don't know what they are, but I'm pretty sure they can't be friendly. So anyways, he goes to a fight club, and there's a guy in there he needs to meet because this guy has information. And the information he needs is to find another Mandalorian so he can help find a place for Baby Yoda, take him back to his people. And the character's name is Gor Koresh, and it's voiced by John Leguizamo, and I'm sure I just butchered his name, but still, that's who voices it. They kind of changed his voice up a little bit, so you really can't recognize it, but it's him. And, of course, immediately he gets betrayed by this guy, Gor Koresh, because he wants his armor. And, well, let's just say it doesn't end well for him and his thugs. He quickly makes quick work. How about that? A lot of quicks there. Of the thugs. And he chases down Gor Koresh using his little, I call it the spider web. Because that's what it looks like he's using, like a spider web, like Spider-Man. And he hangs him up over a lamppost. And he gets the information from him as long as he doesn't kill him by his own hand. And, of course, the Mandalorian's word is his word, and you will not die by my hand. He gets information, and he finds out that it's in Tatooine, where he has to go. So he leaves Gor Koresh hanging there over the light lamp and knocks the light out. And he was right; he didn't kill him by his own hand, but these little red dotted or red eyes came all scurrying around him, and I'm pretty sure it didn't end well for Gor Koresh. And I am willing to bet that those red eyes were not bunny rabbits. That's just my guess, but I have a feeling they weren't. So, off to Tatooine we go. And he, of course, lands in Bay 35, where he landed before in the first season. And who's there? Peli Motto from the first season also. She's a really cool character there. I enjoy the way she acts with her little robots and with the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. So, he tells her his predicament, that he's looking for another Mandalorian. And she said it's possible over in Mos Pelgo. And he's like, they show the map and there's nothing there. She goes, trust me, it's there. It used to be a mining town. So off he goes on that little speeder bike that he used in the first season also. A lot of first season stuff. So he ends up going to Mos Pelgo, and he's driving through town, and he goes to the bar. And he talks to the bartender about has he seen anyone like him. And he goes, you might want to talk to the marshal. So when he turns around, there's the marshal standing there in the doorway. And he has a very familiar set of armor on. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but it's a very familiar set. And so apparently the Mandalorian thinks it's another Mandalorian. And as they sit down, he takes his helmet off, which throws him for a loop because Mandalorians do not take their helmet off. No. But lo and behold, the guy playing this character, whose name is Cobb Vanth, is Timothy Olyphant, one of my favorite actors. I mean, first time I've seen him was in Deadwood. Deadwood was an excellent, excellent show. And then I also saw him in Justified. And most recently, I saw him in Santa Clarita Diet, which I was very surprised that he was very funny in it. Guy's a good actor. He's like one of my favorite actors. Anyways, so the Mandalorian says, I'm taking that armor. You're going to take it off, or I'll take it off for you. So they have a quick standoff, and before anything can happen, the ground shakes, the walls are shaking, don't know what it is, and they look outside, and sure enough, there is a Krayt dragon. Krayt dragon. I don't know how to say it. I'll just say Krayt dragon. As just barreling downtown, barreling through the street, or sand. It's not really much of a street. Down sand, and just, I guess it's hungry, and it decided it wanted to eat Bantha. And he had to come to town. He's just hanging around. And, you know what? I'm hungry for Bantha. And, man, that thing is huge. It's really cool. It reminds me of the Dune creatures. So it goes through there, eats it, and then eats the Bantha and takes off. And Cobb Vanth turns to the Mandalorian and goes, so we might be able to work something out. So what he's going to do is they're going to work together to get rid of this Krayt dragon. And he knows where it lives. So off they go into the desert to show to Mandalorian where it lives. On the way, they talk to some Tuscan Raiders, and they show them the way there. They're gonna take them there, and so they go to the lair of the Krayt Dragon, and and a Tuscan Raider takes a bantha over to the cave. I guess it's a sacrificial bantha, and he makes that noise, whatever it is. And so the Krayt Dragon comes out to get the bantha, and the Tuscan Raider takes off running. Well, apparently the Krayt Dragon had enough of bantha and decided to have a little snack on the Tuscan Raider. It's like, okay. So they realize this thing is huge and they're going to need more help. So they head back to town and talk to the townspeople. And the townspeople aren't very happy about helping the Tuscan Raiders, but they explain that if they help the Tuscan Raiders, that the Tuscan Raiders, all they want in return is the carcass of the Krayt Dragon, and they can keep, they can't keep, they won't attack them anymore unless they get attacked themselves. So good deal. They just basically leave each other alone. So they reluctantly agree, and the Tuscan Raiders head to town there, and they load up all their stuff, all the bombs or whatever they need, and they head back to the Krayt lair, or Krayt Dragon lair. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm saying it right. So what they decided to do is they're going to lay a bunch of bombs underneath the sand where the Krayt Dragons are going to come out. They're going to lure them out, and then when it gets over it, they're going to push the button and blow the Krayt Dragon straight to poop. So they get all set up. They decide, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a bunch of Tuscan Raiders go over there, and they're going to do that noise, and they're going to come out, and then we're going to hit the button and game over. So they do it, and they come out, and here comes the Krayt Dragon. The Krayt Dragon comes out, and it doesn't go quite the way it does. Of course it doesn't. I mean, it'd be too quick. The bombs blow up. It doesn't kill them, and the Krayt Dragon's now mad. I mean, even madder. And it's spewing bile at him. I never do a Krayt Dragons do that, and I'm guessing it's acidic. They don't show these people melt, which would be really cool. Kind of like the Indiana Jones scene where that Nazi melts. Oh, that'd be funny. I mean, if they showed, but it's Disney, so I guess they can't show that. And so the plan's gone to heck. So it's up to Cobb Vanth and the Mandalorian to save the day. So they take off on their backpacks. They head up to where the Krayt Dragon is now perched, like on this like mountain or whatever it is. And they try attacking it there, and it doesn't work. So they take off back down. They're trying to figure out anything they can to stop this Krayt Dragon. It's just tearing everybody up. So the Mandalorian gets an idea. He sees a bantha with a bunch of bombs, and he has an idea. So he hits Cobb Vanth's jetpack, and it takes off. Now, if it's that easy, I mean, anybody can sneak up behind the Mandalorian and go boop, and then off he goes. So I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of little secret button. Who knows? Maybe Cobb Vanth didn't know about it, and he did. So off Cobb Vanth goes out of the way. The Mandalorian gets a hold of gets the attention of the Krayt Dragon. The Krayt Dragon starts coming towards him, and it eats him and the bantha. Beautiful. So kind of reminds me of when Drax the Destroyer got eaten in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and he comes out thinking he just killed the monster. So they're all sitting there wondering if he got eaten, and all of a sudden the Krayt Dragon pops up, and the Mandalorian goes shooting out of his mouth, because I guess, I don't know, maybe he didn't like it. And as he shoots out of his mouth, he presses the button, and boom, goes the bantha. And it explodes the Krayt Dragon, and he dies, and he saves the day, and everybody's happy and celebrating. And they don't hug each other. That would be kind of cool, the Tuscan Raiders and the villagers hugging, but no, that's a little too much. So they showed the Tuscan Raiders, I guess, getting the meat from the Krayt Dragon, and one of them holds up a pearl. I guess it's a priceless pearl, a Krayt. I can't say it. Oh, God. The Krayt Dragon, the Krayt pearl, I guess you want to call it. And I guess it's very valuable. I don't even think the people knew about it, so they didn't care. And so they have a small fortune on their hands. So I don't know what they're going to do with it. And Cobb Vanth gives the armor to the Mandalorian. They shake hands, and hopefully they'll see each other again. That's basically what they say. And I have a feeling they will, which is great because he's a cool character. And off into the sunset, the Mandalorian rides. But as he's riding off, there's someone watching him, a silhouette of a man watching. And we pretty much have an idea who that is. And I'm going to go with Boba Fett. Because you can see it's obviously Tamura Morrison. I'm pretty sure I'm messing his name up too. Who played Jango, and basically and he had Boba Fett as that clone. He had an unaltered clone for him. So that's him. So that was the end of the episode. Now, what did I think of the episode? I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun episode. It made it. I think this episode was basically a show just to remind everybody what a badass that the Mandalorian is. I mean, he is. That fight scene, the way he was fighting, he had no fear of fighting the Krayt Dragon, and it was cool. It was very neat to see, and he's got that menace about him, which is, I guess they wanted to establish it again. I don't know why, because we all knew, but that was. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun episode. I thought that Timothy Olyphant's character, Cobb Vanth, was really cool. I already knew about that character in one of the books that I read, and it's very interesting. And the book was really good, and I enjoyed it. And so I'm glad they made that character a real character, not like Legends, as Disney does. So his character was cool. I do hope he comes back. Very fun character. They didn't show a lot of Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda was kind of on the sideline, which is fine. I just called the Mandalorian for a reason. And so I had no problem with that. That was very neat. And I thought it was a really fun episode to watch. Very popcorn episode, and I enjoyed it. I liked the episode quite a bit. Do I have any nitpicks? Yeah, in a way, there's one nitpick I have, which I thought was really funny, and it struck me immediately, is when Cobb Vanth and the Mandalorian are traveling to the Krayt lair. And Cobb Vanth tells the story of how he became the marshal in Mos Pelgo. And immediately I'm thinking, there's no way the Mandalorian should be able to hear him. Have you ever ridden on a motorcycle and try to talk to someone next to you while the engines are roaring and the wind's going through? You can't hear him. I mean, I'm sure it just looked like he was just like his mouth was moving enough to coming out. I'm sure the Mandalorian's like, what does he say? Mandalorian probably didn't even hear the word he said. Because that's a super nitpick. But immediately I thought that. I'm like, that's silly. That is really silly. There's no way he could hear. He should have told him around the fire with the Tuscan Raiders. That would have been cool. So that was probably my main nitpick, I guess you could say, was that. I mean, I liked the episode quite a bit, actually. I've heard other people say they're mad that they went back to Tatooine. I'm not. Well, it shrunk the universe. There's more planets. Well, yeah, but who cares? It's Tatooine. Anybody with any common sense knows that there's a universe out there, and the universe means lots and lots of planets. So relax. There's a lot of people who were complaining about it. It really irritated me when I've heard that. I was like, they will get to other planets. This is just a very important planet in the world of Star Wars. So it is what it is. Big deal. Relax. It's such just some people were just mad about it or nitpicky about it. I'm not. I could care less. I think it was really cool, and I like the planet. And that's where Obi-Wan's going to be. So are they going to complain about that too? Another one they said is they didn't show enough different aliens. I mean, what are you talking about? They just showed Twi'leks, Gamorreans, and Jawas. Well, yeah, okay, that's fine. There's a lot of Jawas in Tatooine, and there are Twi'leks there, and Gamorreans also on Tatooine. That's where they're at. But remember, they also showed the Weequay, who's the proprietor for the Mos Pelgo bar. There was a Zabrak fighting the Mandalorian in the bar, and the Gor Koresh is an Abyssin. So yeah, and there's other aliens they show around there. So big deal. I mean, stop complaining. I mean, it's like they should have showed more. What? Jeez Almighty, relax. They showed some different ones. So, and I'm pretty sure if you looked at the bar scene, you probably saw more of them. Anyways, the bar scene was really cool. That was one of my favorite scenes. It really shows how badass the Mandalorian. That fight scene was very cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And I really thought those eyes in the shadows are really cool, where they're just bopping around, and I want to see what they look like. And it reminds me of like Jawas, but you don't see them at all. Nothing. You don't see a figure or nothing. You kind of want to see what's underneath the hood of the Jawa. You really do. And I kind of want to see in the shadows and see what those red eyes are. That was kind of cool too. The way they did the Krayt Dragon was incredible. It looked so good. I thought it was the animation of it, the CG of it was just so good. It just looked terrifying. And I was like, I don't know how any of these people were just like, I'm not going to fight this thing. That ain't gonna happen. That was cool. Oh yeah, another thing that some people complained about, which just drove me nuts, is the Tuscan Raiders are not like, they're not scary anymore. The Tuscan Raiders are supposed to be scary and just like this bad group of Saiyan people. They're a tribe of people. They're making them seem like Indians. They can't be rampaging all the time. Can you imagine if that was a case? He's in the bathroom rampaging, rah, 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 going to the bathroom, or when they're eating rampaging, rah, 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 rah. That's just so stupid. They have, and the funny thing is, in the prequels, they show Anakin going back to rescue his mom, and they were just hanging around by campfire, eating, showing family time. They weren't rampaging. They weren't, there is another side to these people. They want to be left alone. They think these people are on their land, so that's the problem. And they just were so mad that they're now they're not scary anymore. Yeah, they are. You trespass on the land, you might be in trouble. But the Mandalorian, he knows them. He dealt with them in the first season. By the way, that I want to know. I want to know if it's his mask making those sounds when he's talking to the Tuscan Raiders. Or is it him going, because if it is, I want him with the helmet off, and I want to see him do it. That would be hilarious. I would love to see that. How do you learn that language, by the way? Seriously, I mean, it's just a bunch of growling. I want to know. I want to see. So, yeah, those were some nitpicks I've heard, and that my nitpick was him talking over the bikes in the wind. That just doesn't make any sense at all. Should have waited to go around the campfire to do it. And there you go. That's my review of season 2, episode 1 of The Mandalorian, called The Marshal. I do hope they show Cobb Vanth again. Really like that character. And I do hope they show Pelimoto again. I like her. She's a neat character. I would love to see a series of her just working in the spaceport and seeing all the aliens and all the people coming in and out. That would be really cool. I mean, that would, I don't know. Maybe just me. So anyways, or actually maybe a spin-off with Timothy Olyphant's character, Cobb Vanth. That would be cool too. I mean, you have all sorts of opportunities there. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. What did you think of the episode? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you did, tell me why. Or if you didn't, tell me why. So leave a like, guys. Follow, subscribe. Do all those wonderful things to help me out. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you here when I do my next review on Season 2, The Mandalorian. Bye-bye.